So the story begins with Ben, who is living out of his car, and he has to go into work one day with his best friend Gael. But as the day ends, Gael goes out to take out the trash, and he sees Ben's car being broken into. So he rushes to tell Ben, and Ben freaks out, runs down, because all of his possessions, everything he owns, is in that car. And it looks like everything's okay until he comes to the front and sees that his radio is missing. Ben begins to freak out. He starts going crazy. He's manic until Ben has an idea. And he asks Gael, "Did you see the man who took it?" And Gael says yes. And before Gael can even finish his sentence, they're off. They're driving down the streets of Los Angeles, scanning for this man. Gael has no idea why this is so important to Ben, but as he looks around the car, he notices that there are some items in the car that are a little suspicious. I mean, there's like toiletries and stuff like that. But he moves on. He continues to scan the street, but there's nothing. At this point, we're getting to the AM. And so Gael says, "Hey, can we at least do something productive? Let's fix the window that the thief broke." So they go to fix the window. As they're picking out the glass from the floor of the car, there's a clue left behind by the thief that leads them to a homeless shelter. Ben races to the shelter. He hops out, he tells Gael, "Stay put," and runs in. Gael says, "Okay, wait, hold on. I've been here this entire night. I'm gonna find out what's going on." And he follows. He slyly steps in, holds the door, just in time to hear the receptionist recognize Ben. And at this point, it dawns on Gael, my best friend Ben was homeless, or maybe even still is, given the stuff in his car. But they can't deal with that right now. They need to go find this guy. They go, and they're looking around the beds. They don't see anybody until there's a flush, and they spin around and kick down the door. And who's on the other side of that door but the very thief that they've been looking for all night? Ben starts going insane. He threatens to beat this guy up. He's yelling at him. He's raising his fist, and then he catches a view of himself in the mirror. He doesn't like what he sees, and he looks down at the thief, the homeless man there, and he realizes this is brother beating up brother. They're going through the same struggle, and he's inflicting this pain on somebody who is just like him. In all the heat of it, Gael wasn't paying attention, but he realizes Ben has not been asking about the radio. He's been asking about the tape. But again, a lot going on. Gael's like, we got to get out of this situation first. But Ben has composed himself. He asks, "Who'd you sell the tape to?" And the thief doesn't know. And Ben just gives up. He's ready to let it go. Just as they reach the door, the thief says, "But I can tell you where I sold it." Gael and Ben rush to the place that he sold it, looking for any clues, any sign, just a hope and a prayer that there would be something left. But there's nothing. There's nobody there. It's 5 a.m. What would they expect? Ben sits down on the sidewalk, head in his hands, and he tells Gael that it was never about the radio. In that radio, there was a tape that was given to him by a loved one right before that person died. And this entire night, he's been trying to keep their memory alive through that tape, but there's nothing he can do now. He just has to let it go. And that's how Chasing Lorelai ends. I hope you like it. We've really tried to write something new and exciting and that is based on a true story and that shows a different part of LA. And if you like it, I really hope that you'll be willing to support us and help us make this vision a reality.